What's going on, guys? I am John from JFM Development. Welcome to a new video. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I know every damn YouTuber always says that, but today is different. Today I am making a recipe, but I am making a recipe that is not mine. But it is a very popular, well-known recipe. And the reason why I'm making this very popular, well-known recipe is because in case you are brand new to DIY, all these ingredients and all these flavors and all these recipes to sort through can seem very daunting, and some people might not know where to start. So what I wanted to do in this video is suggest a well-known, easy to make recipe to get you started in DIY. It's a recipe profile that lots of people love and that I personally love, and a lot of other people feel the same way. Personally, I feel like this recipe should be all the way up at the top out of all the best ones. It is on the front page of ELR, but I think it should be at the very top. It is one of the best strawberry vapes I have ever had. Yes, it's a strawberry vape. And I'm going to tell you why it's a strawberry vape, because the majority of people vape strawberries. It's just what they do when they get off cigarettes. Now, this video might not be for everybody, or it might not be for your profile, but I figured I should recommend a certain recipe, not my own of course, because I felt like if I recommended one of my own, it'd be kind of pretentious of me, and I'm not going to do that. But I mean, I have lots of recipes that you probably would love, but I'm going to give you a recipe that anybody could grab and make right off the bat, very simple, and that a lot of people have tested and reviewed. So let's talk about the recipe. So today's recipe I picked was strawberry fog, and it's by this mixer called Spectrometer or Spectrometer. It's one of the two, but it's a very simple recipe. I'll go over the flavors. The flavor profile is pretty much strawberry cream, strawberry ice cream, that sort of thing, but it is to die for. In this recipe, I am going to make a little tweak to it because that's how I like it, and that's how I figured a lot of you mixers would like it, especially if you're brand new. You're going to be used to that store-bought juice, so you're going to want sweetener in there. It's a sad truth, but the majority of e-liquids you buy off the shelf have sweetener in them. So today, I'm going to use sweetener. So let's run down the ingredients we're using today. Okay, so the first ingredient we are using today is going to be TFA Bavarian cream. The next ingredient we're going to be using, which is a very popular one, and might I add, all these ingredients I list here, you should probably get if you're starting to DIY mix. These are all ingredients that you're going to get lots of use out of. They're all staples. That's why this recipe is also perfect. This next one is the very most popular TFA Strawberry Ripe. That one is used in so many recipes. It is undisputably one of the best strawberries you can get out there. I maybe hear about one or two people, maybe a few more, that actually like another strawberry over it. It's not really that much you hear people like another strawberry over strawberry ripe. That's just how popular it is. Okay, next up is going to be TFA Graham Crust. Alright, so it's pretty much the same maker. All the makers of all these ingredients are all going to be TFA. So not only are you going to get great ingredients, but you're going to get them cheap, because TFA is one of the cheaper flavoring companies. So less money is even better for your pocket. And best of all, this whole mix is probably going to cost you less than 50 cents to make. So 50 cents over $20. Actually, we're making a 60 ml, so over like $60 worth of premium e-liquid for like 50 cents. Figure that one out. So you're going to save lots of money by DIYing. Alright, so the next ingredient is going to be TFA Vanilla Custard. Now, I don't have the bottle with me, but it's TFA Vanilla Custard. Alright, and we already did the cheesecake and the sweetener. So let's not waste any time. Let's mix this bad boy up. Okay, so the first ingredient is going to be Bavarian cream. You're going to want to make sure you're shaking your ingredients very well. And this one goes in the recipe at 3%. So that equates to 1.6 grams. 1.6 grams. Okay, there we go. TFA Bavarian cream is in. We're gonna tear that out. Next up is Cheesecake Graham Crust. Cheesecake Graham Crust. This is also by TFA. This is gonna go in at 5% or 2.61 grams. And always shake your flavors. It's okay, it went a little bit over, but cheesecake is a really tasty one, so I don't mind. See, the thing is too, you're gonna want to start with small bottles when you first start, because these pours can pour out really fast and it can slow down your dripping. So you might want to start with like little bottles like this one. I just gotta do some refilling. Okay, so we're gonna tear that bad boy out. Next up is the coveted Strawberry Ripe. And Strawberry Ripe is in at 10%. This is a perfect strawberry, perfect. And 10% in a 50 ml batch equates to 5.19 grams. 5.19. So since I don't have a little dropper bottle, I'm going to use these things called pipettes. Now, this video, I might not go into every little thing about DIY e-liquid mixing, but if you go on my channel, you will see videos on getting started to do DIY on my channel. So just give them a peek if you get confused with anything we're doing here. I just want to let you know about this recipe because this is an awesome recipe to get you started. It will give you excellent flavors to begin with, and then it can help you on your DIY journey, okay? We're going to do 5.19 grams. Here we go. 5.19 grams is in. These pipettes are disposable, so you just discard them. Close your flavoring out so you make sure you don't knock it over or anything. You don't want that to happen. Alright, you tear that out. Next up is TFA Vanilla Custard. TFA Vanilla Custard. Now there are two different kinds of vanilla custard that are really popular. It's TFA, but most importantly, Capella Vanilla Custard version 1 or version 2. One has diacetyl, one doesn't. But TFA Vanilla Custard is another great one. It's even cheaper and it works perfectly in this recipe. And I didn't want to interrupt what the mixer here was trying to do with this recipe because it tastes great without using Capella. With using TFA, it tastes phenomenal. So I'm just going to use TFA here. So again, TFA Vanilla Custard is in at 2%, so it's 1.05 grams. 1.05. All right. Close that up. Okay, and last but not least, I'm going to put sweetener in, TFA sweetener, and we're going to also do this at 2%, so that's going to be another 1.05 grams. Okay, there we go. The sweetener's in. Now it's time to put in the nicotine. Now, today I am using nicotine that's based off 100 milligrams per milliliter nic suspended in PG. You're going to want to make sure you shake this very well so you don't get any concentrated hot spots. Also, at this concentration, it is considered a poison. So you're going to want to make sure you keep it away from children and pets. And try not to get it on your skin because it can be very bad. Okay? And at minimum, wear gloves. But that's just the minimum. You probably should wear something to protect it from splashing your face, like safety goggles or an apron. But at least at minimum, wear gloves and just be very careful and take it slow when you're using concentrated nicotine. But again, you're going to want to shake it very well, okay? Okay, so today we're going to do 3 milligrams nic in a 50 milliliter batch. That calls for 1.55 grams of nicotine, okay? So take it slow and just take your time. So it's going to be 1.55 grams. Okay. Went a little bit over. Normally you're not going to want to go over, but I'm not going to make this again. So you want to just take it very slow, even slower than how I just did. But really that's not going to make too much of a difference. It's probably going to equate to probably 3.25 milligrams nicotine. So it's going to be a little bit higher on nic, but I'm okay with that because I vape between a 3 and a 6 milligram. I'd like to try to keep it around 3, but in this case it's going to go a little bit over unless I add more VG to dilute it down even more to compensate. So which I might actually do. Okay, so I'm going to tear this out. A max VG blend, so I'm only going to use VG today. There's already PG in the flavorings. So this calls for 45 grams of VG. And actually, we're going to do 46 grams of VG to compensate for that little bit extra of nic that went in there. It wasn't much, but it was just a little bit extra. So I'm going to put an extra gram of VG. It should compensate for that little bit extra of nicotine. There we go. So it's normally 45 grams. I put 46.23 in. That should compensate for the little bit extra of nicotine. Now, you're not always going to want to do that in your mixes when you mess up. For the sole reason is if you're using liquid that doesn't have a lot of flavorings or a lot of potent flavorings, you might actually throw off the whole recipe. But this one is a very strong strawberry fog recipe, which I already know. I've tried it many times. I love it. It's great. And that's why I wanted to share it with you guys today. It's a very great recipe to start off with when you first start mixing. It's something that everybody's going to love, or at least a lot of people who like strawberry vapes. And it will get you started, and it will give you a nice array of inexpensive ingredients to get you started in the whole mixing process. And now all I'm doing here is I'm using my handy dandy mixer, and I'm just mixing this up. Kind of like you would beat eggs or something like that. But you just want to mix it up very nice, so you get a lot of air bubbles in it. And then you just pour it in your bottle once you're done. But that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to bring you a recipe to help out newcomers. Find a really simple mix that is very well known to get you started in this DIY journey. And again, I didn't want to put out one of mine because to me that sounds kind of pretentious. And I want to kind of spotlight another mixer on my video. So that's why I did that. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Now, if you're one of my normal subscribers, in the next couple of days, I'm going to go through some of the daily mix e-liquids that we have mixed up that I've tried that are actually I'm going to put like mainstream that are actually approved. And then the other ones that need work, I'm actually going to start fresh on them. And then we're going to start fresh on the whole daily mix thing again, because of the whole situation with my cat knocking over all my liquids. So I figured the best way is to start fresh. But for the ones that are keepers, I've tried a lot of them already. Some of them I don't even want to make adjustments to. They're already great. And then some of them we're just going to scrap and start over fresh. So again, guys, thank you so very much for watching. I hope this video did help you out a little bit. If you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button. Also, throw a like on this video. It really helps me put me higher in search for Google Analytics. And you guys have yourselves a great day.